Welcome! We are
Not so terribly common, apparently.
and we are now doing our Christmas special.
Yes, the Christmas special where I relive all the suffering I've been through.
It's not that.
Oh no, it is that bad. That's the problem.
Is that a bird?
Yo, it's freaking winter. What the heck?
Exactly! Why is it so loud? Oh, well, hello. I'm Ashy and this is
Jade/TVGP.
and welcome again to our channel. And we are going to be doing rating these movies, or we're just ranking them.
I guess it's ranking because we're literally on a tier list. We're ranking these Hallmark Christmas movies with the inclusion of one, ABC Family movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot one.
There's just one, okay.
Well,
Everything
it was
else
a
is Hallmark.
freeform movie?
Freeform didn't exist in 2013.
It said freeform.
That's strange, because this has been 2013. I don't think that existed yet.
I think freeform. I can Google
I
it.
legitimately don't think it existed.
When did freeform come out? Let us look this up.
5 minutes later.
Yeah, I think it was called something else, and then it turned into freeform.
Yeah, and then got bought by ABC Family.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't think it was called freeform originally until 2016.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
why does it say freeform when you watch the
They
movie?
freaking rebranded it on the movie.
On the movie, it says freeform. That's why I was like, well, I knew freeform was a channel before, but I just didn't know.
I think this is from ABC, though.
Oh, yeah, it is bought by ABC, but I heard the channel existed.
I was correct.
I just thought Freeform was older than 2016, like the name Freeform. But it wasn't, so I was wrong. But let's get to ranking movies.
So, the tier list I created today, it is ranked with That Decked the Halls, That Jingled Some Bells, Meh, and Thanks, I Hate It.
Great, I love the emojis.
Great emojis.
Oh, especially the meh one.
Meh.
Alright, so, what movie do you want to rank first? From bottom to top or top to bottom?
Alright. So, let's get a brief summary of Christmas Under Wraps.
Let's see if I can find it. It was a 2014 movie.
2014
After-
by Hallmark.
Goodness, I think we established that. Because there's only one ABC movie, so I think we established that. After an unexpectedly moving to Alaska, an ambitious doctor starts a new romance and learns that her small town is hiding a holiday secret. Spoiler alert, the holiday secret is trash.
I'm literally sure. What is the name of the actor who played Santa Claus?
Brian Doyle Murray, or Brian Murray if you want to say.
Brian Murray, first of all, who I know as Captain Knuckles or the Flying Dutchman, who I will probably refer to as the Flying Dutchman from this point on. He's just Santa Claus.
He is Santa Claus.
That's the secret.
He's Captain Knuckles and he's Flying Dutchman. I've seen him in other stuff, I just don't remember what else.
I don't know. I didn't ever see him in live action until I watched this movie. First of all, if y'all hear some weird garbage, their washing machine is extremely loud.
Back to actually ranking movies. Yeah, the secret is that he's Santa Claus, and that movie isn't that good. The romance isn't good.
So where do we put it? Do we put it in That Jingled Some Bells, Meh, or Thanks, I Hate It?
I think, man, it's not terrible. I can't watch it.
I don't think I'm ever gonna watch it again.
But it's not thanks, I freaking hated it. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's more it's just, man. The story was stupid. And I can understand that this is a 2014 movie, so I'm not gonna say too much about it. But I wouldn't say it's the best movie.
It's not. Though,
it's not good either.
That's why meh. It's not. Thanks, I hate it. But
I guess what he's saying it's not a good movie and it's not a terrible movie. So you put it man, I could probably show this to somebody else, and then
I won't. I would never suggest
no, I would
anyone
show it
that.
to someone else and ask their opinion on there, and then if they're like, "Oh, it's trash," then I guess I'll put, it's in the trash. Throw it in the trash, basically.
Throw it in the trash.
I would have that then. Okay.
So the next movie we'd be ranking is
Is it
what the heck is that?
Christmas Next Door, right?
Christmas Next Door.
Oh, yeah,
Find a summary before I say anything about this movie.
Alright, Christmas Next Door. Let's see.
Ironically, I talked about this in a stream I did at that last
Yeah, you said that
year.
someone was talking about it?
Yeah, one of my subscribers was like, "Oh, I like that movie," and I have nothing against anybody who likes that movie. It's like not a bad movie, but
Alright. This was a 2017 movie. It was... Alright, this is a 2017 movie. Eric Randall, an author of a Bachelor Lifestyle books, is left in charge of his young niece and nephew for the holidays. Unsure of himself, Eric turns to his neighbor April, a lover of all things Christmas, for help. I forgot that he was a Bachelor magazine, right?
what kind of job is that? It's like, oh, I write for Single Ladies Monthly. Why?
Yeah, that's not that good.
That's kind of weird. Not that it's like something you couldn't do, but it's weird to me. Why do you write only stuff about being single? This goes for everyone. And then when you date or get married or something, everyone's like, I thought you were the single life guru.
If I'm not wrong about this, I'm pretty sure it had something to do with his past.
Bro, if he had a fiance that was like, peace out, homie, and left him, and that's why he's now like, I'm the ultimate bachelor, I wouldn't be surprised. That's literally almost every Hallmark movie.
Now, this movie, it wasn't terrible. I've seen this movie a billion times, by the way.
Okay, I don't think it was a terrible movie. I don't remember everything about it, but like back when it like came out, or like a year after it came out, was it? I don't remember. We were like watching a bunch of Hallmark movies, and it kept coming on TV like every single day, like 2 times a day. And sadly, I was one of the unfortunate souls that seen it way more than I should have.
Alright, for you, mostly, since you were the one who complained about it the most, where do you want to put it? Because I don't think it was meh, and I don't think it was, like, deck the halls either.
That did not jingle any bells for me.
Alright, then I guess we'll put it in there.
It's not thanks I hate it. I already know what's gonna be in there. But it's not thanks I hate it, because it wasn't that bad. It was just... Should we add another ranking to this or something? Because I feel like we need it in between that jingled some bells.
That's meh. Like, I
guess meh is
I
everything.
can watch it, but I wouldn't watch it again.
I wonder if I'll ever make anything that deck the halls or that jingle some bells, because...
Alright. Noel Next Door is the next one, which is
Noel
funny.
Next Door.
We just did Christmas Next Door.
No Next Door.
Now, here it is. It is I think it's the 2022 movie. I think this came out this year.
Oh my gosh, we caught a movie when it was new.
Alright, this movie is a 2022 movie. A single mother gets into a war of words with a irritable neighbor who is ruining Christmas, only to find out that the misunderstood...
That's wow.
misunderstood Grinch is the man who stole her heart.
Wait, hold on a second. How is he ruining Christmas? Like, bro's minding his own dang business, but he's such a Grinch. He's ruining Christmas for everyone.
The kid was trash.
Okay, the kid was trash, but like they're acting like this grumpy man, like he spat on everybody's lawns or something.
Like this, he was angry about because he didn't like the holiday season. Spoiler: he didn't like the holiday seasons because he was mistreated by. I think it was around the holiday season that.
No, it was on exactly Christmas Day. He had a stroke, which altered his life forever. And the lady he was married to, she was like, I can't deal with the stress, even though he was like obviously.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure
she dipped, left, got married again. Now has a whole child, and it's been like 3 years, and he's still suffering. So,
like this, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure something happened around the holidays. I couldn't remember.
It was Christmas.
That she left him or he had the stroke. I couldn't remember. But I
was both.
Wait,
I think it was like 6 months later she left him. And now the holidays, basically, that was the time his life was altered forever.
Okay. But, okay. I watched this movie when it was basically came out, so it's been a few days, a few weeks.
You didn't decide to look at the movie until after. You didn't even know what the movie was, so.
It came on literally a few days after I watched it. That's when they added it on, I think they added it on the Peacock when we started watching it on there. Yeah. So, we watched this, and I will say this movie's actually not that bad. This is actually a decent movie.
It was mostly interesting because they put something where the dude had an actual issue that people live with to this day, and they didn't make it his whole personality trait.
Yes, they didn't make that. And that's the thing. Like, he had, like, cane and stuff like that. They didn't make that his entire personality.
Yeah, they didn't make it like, oh, I have to walk with a cane. That's my entire personality trait.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of movies on Hallmark that does that, and it's just painful.
Oh my gosh, I've never watched one.
No, I mean that they just make like, oh, my job is my entire personality. Oh, what's it called? Me hating Christmas is my entire personality. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Let's not have it that.
Don't forget. I love Christmas. That's my whole personality.
Oh, that's a movie. That's a movie that we're gonna get to. Where one of the characters is just all Christmas. But let's rank this movie. I think it jingled some bells. I like this movie. It wasn't terrible.
I think it did because it actually properly handled the situation. Maybe not completely properly, but it was the better out of the ones I've seen that did stuff like this.
It did it much better.
And he wasn't as pitiful. He was just mainly grumpy because the holidays brought back bad memories, which is okay.
Everyone has issues like that, and I think this is the perfect situation that writes people who have, been through stuff, and that's why they don't like the holidays. And then you cheer them up, not because I just hate the holidays and I like money, so I'm gonna buy this lodge.
That's like 3 different movies.
Yes. Anyway, there's like 2 like Holly Lodge like movies, and
there's
then
like Reindeer Lodge, Holly Lodge, and then there's another lodge movie or cabin or something
like that. And then there's the Let It Snow movie.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that movie.
That movie, she's gonna buy the place, but then she learns the true meaning of Christmas.
And falls in love with the
she
sun.
Wasn't awful or anything either, so that's why I said I didn't mind that. It was just that she was trying to be, decent.
Girl boss.
No, she was just trying to be decent for her dad, and that was it. She wasn't awful or anything.
No, she wasn't a terrible
I hate everything about Christmas. She wasn't like that. She was just like, she was just trying to make her dad happy, basically.
Exactly. I'm not happy, though. The next movie is...
I hate this movie.
A Maple Valley Christmas. Crazy.
I'm going to tell you right now, I hate that movie. That movie.
I think the genuine worst part of the movie, like, I don't care. With this video, we're gonna have to put something at the beginning being like, spoilers to literally anyone who cares about Hallmark movies. But
this movie was terrible.
The movie, these already came out, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. And this movie was bad. Like, she had this weird grudge against the fact that her mom.
I didn't give a description of the
movie. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
A Maple Valley Christmas is a 2022 movie. Erica is a rancher who spent most of her whole life, working the family farm with her mother and her sister. When Aaron arrives and interrupts her plans, she starts to question what it is she actually wants. Bullcrap, that is not the movie at all. That movie, I'm going to tell you, spoiler. Well, actually, you say what you were going to say.
I was going to say spoiler. Well, I'm not going to say spoiler because I don't care. My point of that, the weirdest thing I found out about this movie, she had like a whole grudge against the fact that her mom was like, I'm going to get married and go to like,
she wasn't getting married. She was dating a guy.
Yeah, she wanted to like go to Italy or something with him.
she met him in Italy, and she was gonna go back to Italy to travel again, and she was like so angry about it.
She was so mad. I don't know if her mom wanted to move there or something because, you know, she's an old lady and she wants to change a pace in her life, you know, adventure a little bit.
I think she was just gonna go traveling, and she met somebody
she
that
may have wanted to travel with him or something like that as well. But then she was like, "You don't even know him. How could you get rid of your family for this?" And it's like, girl, what the frick?
It was more like I guess, the character is so strange.
I feel like it was, I don't like change, but to the extreme where you get mad at people for change.
Like, the sister and, like, I think it was her brother-in-law, they were like, "Oh, are you dating the guy that you met?" And then she was like, "Oh, yeah." And then the main lady was just like, "You don't even know this man." And I'm like, first of all, that's your mother.
Girl was fuming.
That's a girl. She's older. She's an older woman. She knows what she's doing. If she wants to get herself into trouble, that's her own problem.
Okay, excuse me.
Sometimes you just gotta let people do things.
Majority of the time, old people, when they find new love, like, it's never that bad of a situation, from my knowledge. From my absolute knowledge, which is very little. A lot of times when old people find love again, they just want to be happy. They know they don't have that much time left, and they just want to be happy.
That's crazy.
I don't mean it in a mean way. It's just you know, after you get to a certain age, you're like, I just want happiness for the rest of my life.
It just sounds...
It sounds mean, but that's because people use stuff in a mean sense.
Either way, this movie was...
questionable.
The movie also, when it says he disrupts her plans, not really. Didn't
they sell, like, maple syrup or something? I think they sold maple syrup.
Yeah, I think they did. The problem with this movie is that they said that he disrupts her plans. Technically, no. When he meets her, I gotta talk about this part. When she meets him, she just meets this guy. They start talking. She brings him over for dinner or something like that. They drink like hot cocoa or eggnog. The freak.
I was gonna say hot cocoa, but then I thought I'm like, dang, like Christmas, where's my freaking eggnog? But anyway, go on.
Didn't you drink eggnog in like November?
Yeah, that wasn't enough.
Anyway, obviously we're on a different platform. I personally don't like eggnog.
You like hot cocoa more. I like eggnog because I like cold drinks.
Anyway, they drink eggnog or hot cocoa, and then she takes him back outside, and she just randomly kissed this man she met in the forest. And I'm just like, second of all, she was angry about her mom meeting this guy in Italy, but she kisses a random guy she just met that same day. That same day she met this dude. She's gonna kiss him in front of her door, and then the next day she finds out that he was buying the lot or something like that, the farm or something. And then she's gonna get mad at him, and I'm like, it's not like he wanted to do that.
That was his dad. It had also the best commercial out of all of them.
Yes.
Like, the commercial was like the dad being like, I wish I could find the clip. I wonder if I can find it on like their YouTube
I wonder,
page.
yeah.
Because if I can, I'm definitely putting it in here. But to explain the clip in my way of how I seen it was, he was like, "Hey dad, looking good." And then it cuts to the dad saying, "No." And then him being like, "Okay.
Dad, looking good."
Lean on them. Okay.
And I'm just like, wait.
It's just cut so weird. I was so confused why. I think this is a movie from like, is this a
Movies and Mysteries?
I have no idea.
Dude, some of them mesh together and I don't know because they're almost the same thing.
Sometimes they put it on their thumbnail, but I don't see if it says that. It does not say it on here. So, I don't know if this is a Hallmark Channel movie or Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, but
either way, it's made by Hallmark.
I'm gonna put it in, I think, I freaking hate it.
Actually, I only agree with you because the weird mother situation was weird.
The character's literal entire personality was just that she hated change and that she wanted to be with someone, but she was kinda awful.
Bro, I don't like change. I'm a person who doesn't like change, but the fact that she got like actually fuming mad and like, you're not part of this family to the dude who, when he came, her mom's boyfriend, when he came to their place, is just like, dude, what?
I wasn't there for that part because I was making hot cocoa.
I seen it, and she was like, I don't want any of this. This isn't Christmas. Your mom, just let her be happy.
Jeez.
Justice for her mother. She got it in the end. She was like, you know what? It's not so bad.
That movie was bad.
Yeah, it was good. So I agree with Thanks, I Hate It.
Alright. Next movie.
Is Christmas something? I cannot read it. It's too tiny.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, Christmas.
Is it All Saints Christmas?
All Saints Christmas. I
All
can't
right.
read, I'm sorry.
I can't see it because it's really tiny.
I just see Christmas.
Alright. I can... What is her name?
Lizette.
Lizette. I'm sorry, but that name just looks weird to me. Lizette is a popular R&B singer who's getting ready to travel home to the New Orleans for Christmas. When the media mistakes a photo of her and her ex as an engagement announcement, her and her family insist that he joins her on the trip. You know what? I didn't even know that was her ex. And I watched this movie.
I knew it was her ex.
I didn't know it was her ex.
I did.
No, I didn't. I thought he was some guy that was like, I guess a record label like person.
No, he did. He was.
He was, but that I
they
just
were
thought
dating.
I didn't know they were already dating. I kind of forgot about that.
Okay, I'm gonna put, since you gave the description, I can say this. First of all, you may not know this. Okay, no one may know this, but I'm black. Anyway, my point of bringing that up is that the Hallmark movies made with black people, or maybe even for black people, are quite questionable. For many reasons. First of all, her career, she's an R&B singer.
That's it.
Okay. And what the heck did he do? He was like a producer or something?
He was a producer or something like that, related to music. It was just something
and
like that.
it's... Can you look? Is he a producer?
Let me see if they have it on here.
So I can put something out here.
I'm trying to see, but this movie just came out. They don't have everything.
It did not just come out. You're lying, right?
It's 2022.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, let's see.
Why do I feel like I've seen this movie like twice already?
Music producer, yeah.
He's a music producer.
Like
Okay, so my problem with that isn't just, once again, like I said, the overall black people movies are questionable from Hallmark, and this is from me watching some of them. They're just really weird, and you can obviously see they're like not as interested sometimes. It feels like they're not as interested in these characters.
So they're written poorly.
Not almost all Hallmark movies are written poorly these
Let me
days.
time in real quick. The script for this movie is terrible. It's so awkward. Like, I don't know who is the I don't know who is the director, but never told these people to not act so awkward. They were acting so awkward.
It feels like they kind of just put these people in a movie just so that they're like, hey, look, we can be diverse or something, and it's weird. It's really weird, actually. But my main point of bringing it up is also the fact that she's an R&B singer and he's a producer, which is a known fact that a lot of R&B singer ladies from back in the day, they had questionable situations with producers. So I find that very strange. Not saying everyone did, but and this goes if this was not about black people either. So I find it strange when I don't want to be those weirdos that's always like, oh, power dynamic. Even if they didn't work for the same thing, I just he's a producer and she's a singer, but they were dating at some point. And I don't know if he helped her make music either, which that's just questionable as a whole.
Is it weird that we watched two movies that are about music like that?
Yeah. That also makes you question Hallmark a little bit more. But anyway, it's not trying to be deep or anything. I genuinely mean I find it very strange that they chose this. And like I said, even if it was for other people, it could have been any other race. I still find it questionable that it's a producer and a singer who used to probably work together as well as dating. I find that kind of questionable, especially about all the stuff that's happened to people these days. Well, that's actually come out about people who had to deal with these situations. So I'm like, a bit questionable.
I also think it's I just think it's a generic black thing. I always say that they do a lot of stereotypes when it comes to black people, especially in movies, and especially, let's say, I don't know. Let me see something. You can look up if I'm pretty sure they have like directors and stuff.
I don't know who the director is, and I'm not trying to be, like I said, I'm not trying to be any kind of way, because there are gonna be people who like these movies who are just glad to see any type of diversity in Hallmark, but at this point in time, I'm genuinely sick of people just trying to force in
like this.
diversity.
They got a black director, right? But I just genuinely wondering, are you a person that have directed a lot of black movies, or are you a person that just directed this movie because they wanted to get a black director to direct this movie? That's another thing. Also, who are the writing people on this team?
Bro, who wrote this movie?
Because this movie feels so freaking awkward. And I the reason I have a lot to say about this stuff is that a lot of times when they make black movies, they're usually really bad for some reason.
Or they're mainly based off of comedic things and sometimes mainly stereotypical things. Like, have you ever seen any of the weird movies on, like, Tubi?
Yes! Yes, I have! I've heard about it, too.
Oh, they're questionable. But that's a problem. And
I say for this,
they just use...
The problem is that... Okay.
Oh, no, they use a stereotypical career. Why the frick is she an R&B singer? It's like, oh, he's a rapper or something. I'm gonna be like, yeah!
There's another movie.
Can't you be an interior designer?
I just think it's just so weird that they always use that. They don't ever use, like, okay, maybe this
Girl Boss Christmas, but with a black woman.
They don't ever do anything... Okay, what was her name? Tamara, that's what her name is.
Oh, okay.
Tamara. I can't remember her name. What's it called? Tamara. I can't pronounce
Tia
it.
Tamara, yeah, that's their names, but I don't know. I didn't know which one was in Hallmark.
The Hallmark one is that. I think the other one is on Netflix. Yeah, I think she's.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure she plays as more normal, like more. I have generic careers.
She is the generic single mom in Hallmark movies and her movies. She's never a random R&B, things like that, but most of her Christmas movies, she's just
very normal, like, average person.
Like
a Hallmark character, but black. That's it.
I love Christmas, things like that. This is a stereotypical, like, black movie that they're just like, weird. Oh, they make R&B music and all that stuff, and
not to mention, regardless of anything related to race, the overall premise is weird. Like, oh, we get back together because people thought we were being engaged instead of being like, yo, bro.
No, this is a generic plot
for a Hallmark movie. Yeah, I'm saying that the overall premise is weird, and this goes for all Hallmark movies. Like, oh, we're faking. I'm sick and tired of that. I've been seeing that type of formula since I played visual novels.
Let's figure
contract marriage. I don't want this anymore.
Let's figure relationships so other people can accept us.
I don't want it anymore.
I will say this, other than our little rant about that, I'm just saying, their black movies are very strange. I'm gonna rate it a, thinks I hate it.
I'm sorry, I do too.
I really can't stand when they make movies about black people. The movie up there, the Sister Swap, they had a black guy in there. He was nothing like those people.
Those movies were weird as a whole, but no, he was not a stereotypical black man.
Like this. I'm just saying, you could give some of these people, like, okay, the other movie, the duet movie, her job was normal. That
she was a singer.
They make
R&B music.
They made like popish R&B.
Yeah, they just made music in general. But then she went off and became a successful owner of an inn. We're not supposed to be talking about that movie, but no, that just shows that's another job.
Yeah, okay? That's what I'm saying. It's just another job you can do.
And no, I'm not trying to be the person, like, I'm looking too into this. I'm really not. Like, Hallmark movies are just
No,
weird.
I think this needs to be talked about because
Hallmark movies are strange, bro.
This needs to be talked about because in the ending, we're trying to give it to people of every demographic of black people. I'm not gonna watch every single Tyler Perry movie, okay?
I won't watch them at all.
Like, I'm not gonna watch that. That's not my thing. I'm coming.
No, I don't like black pain.
I'm gonna be serious.
I just want a random movie. Okay?
I just want black people in movies.
Though I don't go to Hallmark for good movies.
Here's a good mention. How they did the beginning of that
Beauty and the Beast special. That was like, what?
That's how you bring black people and stuff and make them be normal. Instead of being stereotypes.
We're gonna have to have a whole podcast about this because we're taking up too much time on one movie.
But Gaston though.
Gaston!
Anyway, oh my gosh, this has a 1 star on Walmart. Anyway.
What?
Next! next movie.
All right, then. The next movie is Mr. Christmas.
Mr. Christmas, the perfect Christmas gift, or whatever.
Is that what has a 1 star?
Yes. The perfect Christmas present or something. Yeah,
I forgot about this movie until she mentioned it again. I was like, oh yeah, we did watch that.
This was a 2017 movie.
I don't think there's much to be said about it, but go on with the summary real quick.
The dog is trying to get in. What's it called? This has a 1 star on Walmart.com. Anyway, Tom Jacobs, that is such a weird game, has built a business around helping clients find the perfect gift for their loved ones. When he's hired to find a gift, sorry, I thought a part of the movie. When he's hired to find a gift for his friend's girlfriend, he finds himself in a bit of a trouble as he researches her more. He grows to like her more.
First off, what's the part of the movie you were laughing at?
When their friend was telling him that I need the perfect gift already, and he was like, she's gonna love it and stuff like that, and then he started feeling bad because she's gonna love the gift, but he didn't care enough to find the perfect gift, and then he was like, is this what I do to people?
He realized his faults, okay?
Yeah, he learned his faults, and he was a terrible person, and then he just had the moment to think of like, oh my gosh, is that what I do to people? That was hilarious, especially the way that he did it. It was hilarious. He was just like, am I terrible? Yeah, you pretty much are. Also, you steal your best friend's girlfriend, so, you know.
This movie is literally, hi, I'm gonna steal your girl.
Mr.
The movie.
Steal your girl.
And it was questionable. Also, I am uncomfortable with the amount of times for the friend. I don't remember his name, and I don't think I really care either. The friend who had the girlfriend, before Mr. Christmas stole her. He is like, I like ASMR, and I'm like, there's literally one scene in the movie where he goes up to the lady who I'm guessing like Mr. Christmas, because that's what I'm just gonna call him now. The lady who like Mr. Christmas, and she's like eating a cookie or something, and he walked up to her and just stood by her on like the little overhang thing in the house and was like, have you heard of ASMR? And I was like, what?
ASMR was his whole character, man.
Dude, I question.
He kept mentioning it, and also, man, they just used that as the joke the entire movie. Was that in that movie?
What?
The Noel movie? About the guy who was like, do you believe the world is round?
What movie is that?
There was a Christmas movie where they were trying to set up the sister with a guy. And then he was a germaphobe, so he didn't.
Oh my gosh, I think that was the Noel next door.
I just remembered that.
Because, yeah, the dude was a weirdo. I was like, don't tell me you're one of those people that believes the world is round.
And everyone just started drinking.
He was also like, they're like, oh, what do you want to drink? We have this and we have this. And he was like, something this and this. And he was like, okay, so water. That was the brother-in-law. That was the main girl's like brother-in-law or something like that.
Yeah, he
Why
was.
are all their sisters always married?
Because they're the single ones out. That's the point. That they're supposed to feel bad that they're alone. You know what? That's funny. Oh, because I seen someone I follow a post about that. That all of her siblings are married, but then she's not.
I'm the absolute opposite. Nobody's married. Not a soul.
But no, this movie.
I think it thinks I hate it. I actually do hate this movie.
I haven't even got to the best part.
Oh, talk about the best part.
The beginning of the movie, he was asked to look for her gift, and instead he was searching through her Instagram and was looking at her, what is it? Swimming suits, post, her wearing not swimming suits. I can't bathing suits. I couldn't
swimming suits.
You
could have said swimsuit.
Oh yeah, see that's what I was trying to say.
Swimming suits.
I couldn't think of it.
Oh my gosh.
She wants to come in. No, the whole movie, the beginning, he's so creepy.
I didn't even know that, by the way.
He was and then there's a whole part where they live in Chicago, man. And he walks down his stairs and opens the door shirtless. Or only in his underwear or something like that. I'm like, dude, it's freezing outside. The frick is wrong with you? You, and he can't say, oh, I had the heater on. Because he said he was cold.
Then why didn't you put on a shirt?
Exactly! Robe something.
Some people just like chili pepperoni.
I can't stand you. The movie is so strange. I'm being serious. I don't know why this was a movie.
Oh, that might be. By the way, we watched 18 Christmas movies, mainly by Hallmark.
This is painful. But, no, I hate this
Christmas
movie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it.
The funniest thing is...
I hate it.
The funniest thing is, like, actual, like, if you can edit this onto the screen... I know
if
for
you zoom in.
If you zoom in, the guy's face in the background of
the boyfriend,
his face in the background is so disappointed to see the girl and the main dude together.
The girl, her dad made like jazz music or like folk music or something.
I think it was jazz.
Jazz. I just remembered that. It was a bluegrass.
It was something. Anyway, next movie. What is this movie called?
Lights, Camera, Christmas. Oh my gosh. She hates everything. I'm joking. I'm probably worse than her. I judge every single Hallmark movie. I'm like, bro, I'm tired.
Lights, Camera, Christmas. Alright, this is a 2022 movie too.
Why were all these movies bad?
Too many times. Anyway, a woman signs on to be a costume designer for a movie that's shooting in her hometown. While rediscovering her passion for the craft, she winds up falling for the famous leading man, which he's like also directing the movie and he's in the movie. Or he's like helping. He's like producing or something like that. Because the directors are the people who are divorced.
Yeah, that don't even like speaking to each other anymore. It's so strange.
You remember the times when we like making Christmas movies? That's basically what they had at a bar. And I was just like, first of all, this movie is literally a joke off of the Hallmark making Christmas movies.
Yes, it is. It absolutely
This movie is bad though. The problem with this movie is that, I'm sorry to say this, these are older people. These are people I can't even, like, when we look up, like, the ages of these people who are in the movie. Because the problem is that sometimes when they get people who are, I guess, older than, or 30, or older than 30.
Usually, like, 40 and above, they're usually weird.
It's like 35 and above.
You're not wrong, probably.
What's it called? Or 32 and above. And anyone who looks like they're getting older than 35, these people will be casted. And they are written like garbage. They are written so badly and awkward. I can't remember what it was. Like Christmas in Graceland or something like that. That movie was terrible.
I remember that.
I don't know if these people were just older people, but they were
just
supposed to look older.
Actors and actresses. They're
supposed to look like older people. Like 30s, 40s, kind of like people. Dude. They were written so badly. Like, a lot of these actors are in their 30s. But if they look young...
They'll be casted as slightly
younger people. And they act much more normal than the people who are older.
I would say much more normal, you know.
No, they're not really awkward. I mean, like, I haven't been out for a while. I'm like, y'all are weird. I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable.
Old people so strange. Like, I've seen old people. Not old. They're not old people. I know.
Old people. I keep saying older people on purpose. They're just older than me. That's why.
Older people. I really don't mean to say old people.
That's crazy.
When I usually say old people, it's usually for actual old people. But anyway, these like middle-aged people. They are, I've seen middle-aged people in real life, or like at least seen, like, observed them, and they're not this weird.
Also, you have to look at stuff like, you know, actual high-budget movies. These people are way over 30, and they act like normal people. And then you watch these, and they act like the older people that are in their 30s, because I'm pretty sure the actor is like 40, and then the lady is 30-something. They act like,
oh my gosh, I haven't been out and about in so long. But am I still hip? And it's like, what the fuck?
It's so weird. I can't explain how weird this movie is.
It's
But they
always
come
awkwardly.
off.
You know, that
so
also goes into like
weird.
the Christmas for the Saints or whatever it was called. They were also older people,
And they were awkward.
and every time it's older people, they're genuinely kind of weird. And
They're
like,
always
they
written
know
so
what-
awkward
like-
and weird. It's just so uncomfortable. Then there's people like that movie, freaking like Mr. Christmas, when they're
That
written-
was young people, and they were
but
still
written-
weird.
They were written like he was written like a creep sandwich, but what's it called? He was this and this. He's like, I'm the freaking guy in this movie, and I'm stylish. I guess I'm. What is the word? Fly, I guess. It's like really weird. It felt like a drama. That's what it felt like. It felt like they were making fun of acting. That's how weird it was. It felt like those dramas that have dramas in there, and then the dramas are written so freaking
Where they're
badly.
literally written like garbage on purpose.
This is what it felt like.
Or you mean like how people act in acting?
Yeah,
Oh.
like especially
It's a strange phenomenon.
especially in dramas they do that, and it's why is she?
Bro, it sounds like she can open the door.
I guess it sounds like he's trying to kick open the door. What the heck? I guess I say this movie is thanks I hate it also.
I agree.
I think this was a thinks I hate it situation. I don't like this movie. I think they were written awkward. I hate when they make movies about people who are supposed to be older, but she doesn't even have a kid. Some of these people have whole like 10-year-old kids and they act more younger than some of these
The people from Noel Next Door, she had a whole like 13-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
And was a normal person.
That's what I'm saying. I should have brought that movie up too. That movie, they're older people. They do not act so
They don't really
weird.
look that old, and they don't act like, I'm so old now, I'm middle-aged, I can't do anything anymore.
Well, she has to be about like 30
I know,
something.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, she's like, they're not acting like I'm middle-aged, I'm just this and this. It's like, okay, but, anyway, it's a thanks, I hate it.
It's a, yeah. I don't like the way they wrote them.
It was weird.
Next movie is
Boyfriends of Christmas Past.
now this movie is a 2021 movie, and this movie is a marketing executive Lauren must learn to open up her heart with the help of 4 ghosts of ex-boyfriends who have visiting her leading up to Christmas.
This movie was questionable at its like finest. The problem is I don't hate it. I really don't. Will I watch it again? Probably not.
I could look at it if it was on TV, but I wouldn't watch it.
I'm not gonna seek out and watch it like I did.
So I like this. This movie was funny-ish in certain situations, but
But it was also cringy as heck.
yeah, because it was those situations where they tried to give people personality, instead they were cringe.
They gave them too much personality.
And they were trying to act like people of this day and age, but written to the extreme.
Yeah, it's like taking someone's personality, like internet personality, not just personality. I don't know anyone who has this type of personality that I would personally watch. But it's like taking a personality from the internet and then putting it onto its extreme where they're like really awkward and weird with each other. Like they're like, oh, that's friendship. When I'm like, okay. I talk to my siblings at least, and I don't think any of us has ever talked to each other in this way. Ever.
Nope.
Maybe it's a friendship thing. I don't think so.
I guess some people
It
tell
could
their
be-
family less things than they tell their friends. Sometimes they feel like
I wasn't talking about telling him stuff. I just mean their general conversations were weird.
Maybe.
Like, when it's like, oh, friendly banter, like, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm such a nerd and stuff like that. What?
I know there are people who do that, but I just, once again, it always feels off when certain people write it, especially when people are trying to write like young people.
It was like, let's take it to an extreme. And it's weird.
Which,
I feel like they were trying to be very modern, like new age with it, but then it was also outdated and it kind of felt like something from like 2012.
yeah, this movie only came out last year.
Yeah, it almost felt like they talked like people from 2012.
Yeah,
It was strange.
Also, the amount of friend zoning is as bad as Miraculous Ladybug.
Like, oh my gosh, what was his name?
Nate.
Nate, they friends up. Nate deserved better. Okay, wait, there's one thing that a gripe I genuinely have with this movie was them in college.
Yeah, they didn't look like college
hated
people.
it. I hated it.
They
so
didn't look
much.
like college people at all.
They shaved his face, and he looked weird.
Yeah.
Nate needs facial hair.
Yeah, he looked so strange.
Yeah, Nate needs facial
But
hair.
they didn't have the other dude shave his face. And
He
I feel
overall did look younger than them, but he did have like full scruff.
like they should have had him shaved.
Yeah, he should have been shaved.
Maybe
Not Nate. Also, Nate's hat was backwards.
his hat was backwards.
Well, young, being young doesn't mean turn your hat backwards. Also, her hair was awful. I know they made a joke about it in there, but you can obviously tell it's a wig, that it was painful. They could have just gave her like fake bangs.
Yeah.
I think that would have blended in better.
Yeah. I will say
It wasn't.
I guess. Where do you want to put it in?
I'm gonna say it jingled some bells. It
yeah,
was
it was okay.
It was. I didn't absolutely hate it.
It was okay. I'm starting to rethink about freaking what's it called? No, next door. They have it like in the deck, the hall.
We'll reevaluate that in a minute.
Because
I actually keep thinking like, it was actually really decent.
next movie.
We're gonna do both sister swaps, okay?
Then you should move the other one over.
I don't think I can.
Yeah,
wait.
yeah. Alright,
I could have reconstructed this in the order we watched these movies in.
You really could have.
I didn't know. Dang it!
I'm gonna read only one of them and basically say it's the other half.
You
Alright.
can read both halves.
These are
actually,
2021 movies.
I hate.
Alright. Actually, the lady in here, her name is like Ashley Williams. Funny enough.
Mass Effect?
What's it called? In this, she's been in another movie, and I hated that movie. The movie was called "Have You Ever Kissed a Man at a Christmas Wedding?"
Oh no, I hear you trash on this movie.
That movie was terrible.
Like every single time you get the chance, you're like, don't watch it.
Don't even talk about that movie. That movie was bad. It was so bad. There is no explanations how bad that movie was. I just did not want to watch that movie after I finished. I was like, I wish I could take back this like hour and 30 minutes.
That's how I felt with Thor: Dark World. I'm like, that was the worst 2 hours I've ever spent.
I'd rather watch Thor: Dark World.
Oh my gosh, it must be that bad. Oh dang.
All right, here's the movie.
Which sister shop are you explaining?
I'm reading the one. I think this is the
older sister, younger sister.
Older sister.
Okay, you're gonna have to read both, sadly. So because we're gonna rank them in the same.
It's got only a 5 on IMDb.
I think it deserved less.
Anyway, Jennifer and Meg's with their two sisters wanting to find a new sense of purpose. During the Christmas holidays, they decide to swap homes and end up discovering what they both need in life. Now, I'm going to look at the other one.
If it's the same thing, I'm gonna be very upset.
I think it's the same thing. I think it's called Hometown something.
Hometown Holiday. No, wait, that's In the City. Which one did you read?
I think I read In the City. Yep, two sisters discovering what they need in life. So it's the same one. Oh my
gosh, it's the same description. Here, let me give a brief description of both.
Now, I want to say something real quick.
Go ahead.
I didn't know that was her son when we were watching the first one. Meg's son did not know that was her son. Did not know whatsoever.
First of all, I don't think that was Meg.
Meg, wasn't it? Yeah, I think Meg was the one that lived.
Who was the older sister?
Oh wait, no, she was Jennifer. Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought it was Meg.
Meg lives in her house in the city and was stealing her clothes, apparently. So
crazy. I didn't know that was Jennifer's son. I didn't know that.
I did because I paid attention.
No, I seen the little kid. And I thought maybe that was like her cousin, their cousins or something like that.
That's her whole 16-year-old son,
dude. She's much older than I thought because they don't look that old. So
no,
I was
they
like,
look like they're in the late 30s.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay,
late 30s to 40s type situation.
I was thinking, okay, she doesn't have that. Can't be her son. That's her freaking son. And I was just like, this is so weird.
You got to interrupt. I was supposed to say this in Boyfriends of Christmas Past. They did the lady who plays as her dirty. With her makeup. I forgot to say that.
Oh!
At certain parts, her makeup looks so bad.
Yeah, but also they did her dirty in certain things. Also, her dad's entire personality
was I like to eat Korean food.
And that I'm a mooch.
I'm a mooch.
That was it.
Yeah, that was wild.
Back to Sister Swap. This movie was, these both were garbage.
You want to describe one? Which one do you want to describe?
You can describe the first one we watched.
Hometown holiday. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Jennifer went home, obviously, for the holidays. You know, there's no place like home for the holidays. But, yeah, that was questionable. They're supposed to be saving the theater, but the entire time she was basically trying to sell it, even though she was like, one more night at the Madison Theater that was, like, owned by their uncle who died recently. So, that was that whole shindig. And her son was like, I like this town. And so they stayed at the ending, but the best way to say it was so weird.
Wasn't that the movie where the two were like making out in the freaking
Oh my gosh! Yes!
And it was just the randomest thing?
Yes. So her love interest is like her old debate partner dude. And he has like a daughter now, and I'm guessing his wife died.
Man, I really need to pay attention to these movies because I didn't even know they knew each other before.
What the heck?
I knew I heard something about debating, but I didn't know that she said that she knew it. Because remember, I was editing our podcast, so I was trying to pay attention.
Look, either way, it was like that. And then at some point when they were about to get together, they made out in the freaking theater, and I was like, your son is up there.
Your son is up there. He can see that.
Yeah, and in the end, she decided, let's keep the theater and make it into a restaurant. We never got closure to that either. So, that's all you get to know. And I hope they never make a Sister Swap 2.
Technically, they did, but...
no, I mean, actually, sequel.
Alright, now, please. What's it called? Alright, so then there's Meg's side of the story. This is the story I watched, and I said that, I don't know why. I tried to watch this movie a long time ago. Ooh, $5 off pizza. Anyway, I didn't like this movie. I tried to watch it this time because we watched the first movie. And no, I did not like this movie. They're so weird. The main character, he doesn't like Christmas because his family never really celebrated it, so they were traveling and stuff like that. They never really celebrated Christmas. And she's the happy-go-lucky, like we were talking about before, where I love Christmas, and we should do
that's why she's a whole busybody.
Yeah.
Everybody up in everybody's business.
She was that character. And my issue is that we never really get any closure. There's a whole part where they have music playing, and it's all the Christmas music playing and stuff like that, and then it cuts abruptly. And then it goes to him talking on the phone or something like that.
Yeah, he was rejected by the grilled cheese sandwich maker.
Yeah. And we go on from that, and then you never really, he doesn't really actually gain anything from being like, I love the holidays or whatever. Or, I now love the holidays. It's just weird. He never actually does like the holidays. I went through this and we bonded and I love the holidays now. We don't go through that.
Apparently, he never...
I mean...
he never disliked the holidays. And he was like, I always wanted to do this stuff, but it was weird. He was like, oh, I don't really celebrate Christmas, and at the same time, I like Christmas. Yeah, but I don't celebrate it. Yeah, and he was all on board to do everything Christmassy, and he was like, I love this season.
It's like that sudden change. It wasn't like, oh, let's go get a Christmas tree, and then they start decorating, and they just start liking it and enjoying the season. No, we don't get that. We don't get none of that.
No, he already liked Christmas, but he just didn't celebrate
No.
it.
I mean, we didn't get him to be like, oh, suddenly he starts
he gets excited about it.
The excitement, the love for Christmas like that. He's like, I wish I never got to skip out on this stuff, blah, blah, blah.
No, he was like content with, we didn't really celebrate Christmas, but then at the same time, he's like, I like Christmas, but
I know that.
Celebrate
like
it.
I said.
And instead of him being, you're making me more excited for the holidays, he kind of just did all the holiday stuff and was just going along with it, chill and all. It was really...
But even though in the beginning he didn't want to do any of it. He was like, we gotta make it classic.
He wanted a contemporary Christmas.
And I'm like, we didn't gain that. It was just that, I brought just too many trees here. I guess we're gonna have to decorate it. And he's like, okay, I'm on board. And
it
I
was
like
so weird.
He never actually gained the being like, I like Christmas because we went decorating together, you know? I got more in the spirit. I wanted to be more fun now because you showed me that. No, we don't get that. He just does everything the lady says in the end. Then they kiss at the end and it was stupid.
I forgot that happened and it was really
awkward.
Not to mention just their conversation.
She just walked back to her sister and starts dancing and be like, I kissed Joe.
So?
It's just that awkward.
That ain't your sister's business.
But all of them thinks I hate it. This is a long list of I hate it, but
thanks, I hate it.
And another movie I'm about to hate too, Finding Father Christmas.
That movie brought me physical pain.
Oh yeah, that movie's terrible.
Like
I might sound like I hate everything, but all of the movies we somehow chose were just bad.
Look, this is something I like most watch. This is like Hallmark. They have 3. They have Finding Father Christmas, Engaging Father Christmas, and Marrying Father Christmas. And spoiler alert, we found Father Christmas.
And it was bad.
And I think I was better not knowing Father Christmas. Honestly, I think it was better that we lost him.
Alright, let's see if I can find something that will load. Alright. Raised by her mother, but orphaned at a young age, Miranda finds a clue that will take her to the truth about her father. Along the way, she finds romance and rekindles her Christmas spirit. I think it says, but my internet died, so I can't.
Okay, first of all, let me say a thing or two. How her mother died.
Oh, and it was a 2016 movie.
Oh, I forgot what year it came out. How her mother died was questionable because her mother just like was on stage performing and then just up and died. I don't want to sound mean or anything, but like, how did they not know if she had some sort of illness or something, or like dying of exhaustion? But no one just instantly drops dead on a stage.
I guess if it was like a heart attack or something like that, and she just didn't know and she just died because they didn't rush towards her. So no, I'm saying if that was the situation,
you can't die from a heart attack. I don't mean it like that because in the ending, you're going through something. It's a span of time. She said her mom was gone by the time she made it back to the stage.
No. I'm saying if they said it was something like that.
Yeah, she had like a heart attack or like an aneurysm or something like that.
Also, he was still technically married when he had that kid.
They were separated. They didn't finalize the divorce.
They were still technically married.
It was a questionable situation.
And that's why the freaking brother, which you find out she has a brother.
Instantly.
And what's it called? It turns out her brother, he was like, you're a wench. You only want money. That's why you're here. You're lying about my dad.
Yeah, but ironically, the mother was like, okay.
No, I know about you, child. And it was, so she's played by Beautiful Gorgeous. But Jimmy Neutron. So that's great. Or Birdine.
Birdine Maxwell, if you watch the Brat series.
What's it called? She's like, I know you, child, and I'll tell you all about it, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, and
she's the one that actually accepted it. And then the brother was like, but mother. I'm like, this movie was stupid. Also, her whole relationship with that guy.
It was strange.
It was so bad. He's the guy from, have you ever kissed a man in a Christmas sweater?
Oh my gosh, anytime it's these people, you're like, no. Instantly, no, get it out of here. Take a freaking hike.
He's only been in one movie from a Hallmark movie I liked, and I can't even remember what it was. And it was only one movie I have ever liked with him in there. Every other movie. There was another Christmas movie we watched with him in there, and I just don't remember. It was about a lady trying to find the lost love of his that he met a long time ago.
No, I don't know what this is.
And it was this like, it was like a friend of hers that was like a father figure to her, and he was like this black guy.
Oh,
and he went to find the lady, and then
that movie was also weird. Like, it was strange.
I don't remember anything else from it. I don't remember the ending either.
I don't know the ending either. It's just weird.
That movie, I think she like bumps into him while he's walking a dog or something at the place. And then
he spills like coffee or something. I had seen that, and it was
weird.
And
then
you were like, "Oh, that's the guy from Have You Ever Kissed a Man in a Christmas Sweater?" And I was like, "Oh, okay."
It's just how much I talk about how much I hate that movie.
Every time he has the chance, he mentions it. But no, all jokes aside, this movie was bad. Finding Father Christmas was awful.
Yes.
And they had sequels. I did not watch them because I could not put myself
No,
through it.
I watched the stupid sister swaps. I wasn't going through that again.
So
But
no, it is going in the category, thanks, I hate it. We seem like we hate everything we watched.
we're getting to some interesting ones. Why is all the good ones in the fucking front? Anyway, we're on Christmas Detour. I've watched this movie way too many times.
Yeah, I'm just gonna save us the pity, like save us the argument, and we're just gonna put that into that deck, the halls.
Yes.
We're gonna instantly do it because there is no other way. There's nothing else.
A Christmas Detour.
So read the description and then
It is a 2015 movie. It has the lady. What was her name again? Candace Cameron Bure or something like that. I know her from movies because I've watched a lot of her Christmas movies, like The Shoe.
The Shoe Addict's Christmas.
I would have put that in that jingled some bells, you know?
If we had it, it would have
Yeah, I
jingled
would've
some
put
bells.
But okay, two travelers become linked when a snowstorm grounds their flight in Buffalo. Paige, her character, desperately needs to find a way to New York to meet her fiance's parents, and it's up to Dylan and a fellow passenger and a guy she can't stand to get there.
Yeah, this movie was hilarious. I'm not a fan of Hallmark movies very much, as you can see with this long list of movies we did not really
I like
like.
that it says a fellow passenger and a guy she can't stand. I'm pretty sure she's talking about the lady and her husband that she can't stand for some reason. Because it said Dylan. Dylan's the
I think
dude.
this was just written bad.
It's coming
Or
on
do they
from-
mean he's a fellow passenger and a guy she can't stand? Is that what it meant?
A fellow passenger and a guy she can't stand to get her there.
I don't think they worded this right. That doesn't
Yeah,
seem
and there's
right.
no period. So
I'm
it
pretty
doesn't
sure
seem-
it all means the dude Dylan. This movie was hilarious because first of all, Dylan, he had a hilarious story to me. And it's hilarious for many reasons. But one of the main ones is that his brother took his girlfriend. His fiance, I believe. No, it was girlfriend. And he could never go back home for Christmas after that because he was like, no. And I'm like, how much of a scumbag does your brother have to be to take your whole girlfriend and then you don't ever want to come home for Christmas again?
This sounds wrong, but why would you want his brother?
Okay, no, but seriously, the whole thing is the brother took. It's more like to me, the main problem is the brother decided, hey, I'm still going to date your ex-girlfriend.
The ex-girlfriend was trash in the first place. We're taking the brother after dumping the other. So, yeah.
Like, what the heck? But that's not the main point of the movie. Also, her fiance was trash in the movie.
He was
He was listening too much to his
He was
parents.
a wet sandwich. That's what he was.
He was indeed a wet sandwich, and he listened too much to his parents. Like, he followed them instead of, what does she want instead?
Yes. What does she want? I guess nothing.
Nothing. Instead, he followed his parents, who straight up basically hijacked her wedding to plan it themselves.
I also like the charisma. Also, cheating is fine.
It's Christmas. Always cheat on Christmas.
Yes.
Not that it's not going to be a devastating blow to your friends and families when
On
they
New
find
Year's?
out. Yeah, when they find out. Yeah, I cheated on Christmas. I cheated on my whole fiance with some random stranger I met less than a week ago on Christmas.
Yeah, that won't end.
That's all. That's a lot of Hallmark movies, actually. Oh my gosh, there was one, I cannot remember the name for the life of me, but it was on Netflix a long time ago, and it was the one where the lady was it's so hard to explain. It was one where this lady was a rich girl or something, and then she went to this weird town.
I think it's the one that we watched.
Yeah,
a
her
long time
boyfriend
ago.
was really weird.
Is that the one with the dude from The Young and the Restless?
It may have been.
Or
The Young and the Restless.
Yeah, okay. No rest for the wicked, they say. Anyway, I know what movie you're talking about. There was also The Ghost of Christmas, and I cannot.
She didn't have fiance though, so I'm.
No, I'm just saying I can't remember those movies. There was also something about the girl who got her wings or something like that. How she got her wings.
I didn't watch that movie, but
what
from
is
what
there to get with bootleg Chris Pratt?
That's legitimately hilarious. Oh, but no, Christmas Detour is top tier in my opinion.
Top tier. I like how charismatic he was, and also that they Literally, the whole movie was them just trying to get along. He was so weird, though. He was so weird.
Absolutely. Dude, it was so funny.
Yes.
Watch Christmas Detour.
He was the absolute opposite of her. That's what was hilarious. Also, the secondary couple that was in there.
Yes, they were hilarious.
They
They
were
were just like this old, jaded couple. It was hilarious, too.
Yeah, they were going to see their kids, and they were just awful towards each other. Like, the guy wasn't as bad. He actually still cared about her. She didn't. He was like, why are you still here?
That's crazy. Yeah, but then they have moments where they were just talking to each other. Overall, they just seemed tired.
Yes, but she just seemed like she didn't like him as much as he liked her.
I guess they had their issues, so it was interesting.
Alright, next movie we're gonna be talking about is 12 Dates of Christmas.
This is not a Hallmark movie. Also, I'm gonna save us the trouble.
We watch this every year, so
Literally, we watch it every year.
So
that the whole.
This is a 2011 movie. Let's see the description. Kate is a young woman who relives the same first date on Christmas Eve over and over again in attempts to win back her ex-boyfriend on Christmas Eve. Kate ends up ruining her blind date with Miles, a handsome guy she's been set up with. In a strange twist of fate, Kate is given the chance to relive Christmas Eve 12 times. It's not 12 times.
I don't think so.
I think I've counted and it was over like 14. Because there was times where she just restarted the entire day.
Bro, I don't remember, but it was weird. And I do like this movie. She explained the whole premise, so like I just liked it. It was interesting. It was a weird take on Christmas. Also, in the ending, she did like fix everything.
Yeah, and made everyone happy. And
yeah,
she basically became a better person.
Even though she was kind of awful person when it first started.
Yeah, she was an awful person, but she gained to become a better person. And this is the thing about a movie that I'm like, if people made more Hallmark like movies like this, where the person learns a lesson at the ending, it would be really good. Instead,
it's the same concept regurgitated.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's most Hallmark movies.
So, like this, she ended up learning and she liked the Miles. Miles was actually not that bad of a guy. He was charismatic, and every time she met him, even when he didn't know that was the girl that he was going to see, they always ended up flirting with each other. I was just like, bro, you're about to go on a date.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh, but still, the way that they got along was perfect. I don't understand how she was just like, nah, I still want my ex-boyfriend.
Too hung up. That was the whole point. She didn't want to be alone, and he was the only. Her ex-boyfriend was the last.
Also, her hatred towards her stepmother,
because she's weird. But at least they resolved it. She later appreciated her.
She later learned that her stepmother was actually really nice, and she actually told the dude Miles really nice things about her, and that's why he said yes to the date. And she learned that she was saying all that nice stuff about her, and she ended up, being really nice to her and stuff.
Yeah, it ended actually very well, and everything ended happily. I like how the ones that we like end faster than the ones that we dislike. Like,
because we got a lot to talk about. That's the problem. Now, we're gonna probably head on to the next one. So, because this one, it's not hard to describe. I'd rather have people watch it.
Watch it, yeah. All the good ones you should watch. The bad ones, save yourself.
If you want to watch it.
You can watch them if you want. But just know some, you may actually like them, but to me, some of them was a genuine waste of my time. I could have been wasting on something else.
Okay. Next Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie.
Christmas. Do the description before we talk about this.
This is a 2019 movie. And a Christmas movie, Christmas, is about a Christmas fanatic and her cynical sister wake up and find themselves that they were isekai. I'm joking. And now they are in stars of a Christmas movie. First of all,
they were isekai.
What's it called? First of all, I'm gonna quickly say something before she does. The acting in this movie is gosh awful. It is worse than any Hallmark movie.
I want to say it was done on purpose.
It could
That's how bad it was.
But it's so bad. It's like so bad.
I actually like the sisters' dynamic. I think it was a very interesting take.
It's more of a sibling dynamic than the movie freaking Sister Swap. That was so awkward.
Gosh.
But this movie, even though the dynamic was good for them,
The acting was horrible.
other than how I hated the acting in this
It
movie,
was an interesting movie.
a movie that's coming up soon is a Mingle All the Way. The guy in this movie is actually from there, and I was telling you that, and you didn't even notice who he was.
No, I didn't, because Mingle All the Way was... I'm not gonna spoil my reaction, but also apparently that guy, the main dude for the sister Lacey, they're married in real life. So
Oh yeah,
that's
okay.
interesting.
Yeah, they were married in real life. They were all married in real life. But they were the love interest in this movie, which was funny.
It was funny, and this movie was overall not horrible, but it was.
The problem is that I have also with this movie is that they're supposed to be like I'm guessing they're supposed to make it really generic, like
Mimicking a Hallmark Christmas movie.
And one of the things is the guy in here who is for Lacey, right?
Yes.
He was such a creep. He was.
Yeah, they did Lacey dirty.
He stuck like letters all around the whole area until it went to like his bakery or something like that.
Yes, he kept giving her letters and it was creepy.
He had it on the
weird.
window, and then it was in all the bushes or trees all the way up to the bakery he was at, and it was so weird. And then when she was like, "No more notes," he took the note out of his pocket and then put it under the cabinet when they were cooking.
Dude, he was so weird.
He was so creepy. He was so weird. He was so over like happy. He was so happy. He was ecstatic. He was so weird. He was just like, "Let's make some cookies." I'm like, "Oh no." This guy is so creepy.
It was questionable.
And then the sister that actually liked being there, her romance was the boringest one.
It was extremely boring, and it was like, oh, I have a fiance, and I'm having another love interest with the simple innkeeper guy. Dude, it was generic Christmas movie junk. And I'm gonna say this movie did not jingle any bells for me, but it was
meh. It wasn't like it was interesting to watch.
It was,
but I would probably never watch it again.
No, probably not. I think
I didn't hate it, but I didn't.
It was strange.
Like it.
I think it was just more strange than anything else.
And it's sad that I still didn't beat out freaking Boyfriends of Christmas Past. Alright, next one. A Christmas duet, I think it's called.
Christmas duet, yes. This is a, okay, it's very rare out of any of the movies we watch. We only got, this just shows something for Hallmark, I'm just gonna put that out there, that out of all 18 movies we watched, there was only, that we found interesting at least, 2 movies where they're black main characters. And I only watched the Christmas duet because the dude on the cover of the movie, just look at the cover of the movie on like the Hallmark movies thing. Now, he looks photoshopped as heck.
Oh yeah, he does.
It's like they smoothed out his skin a little too much.
Also, he just has some cheekbones.
He does have ridiculous cheekbones. But like, he looked too smooth and I was like, bro, I need to see if he looks like this. He does look like that in the movie. But on the thing, it was weird.
There's a part in the movie where he just doesn't blink, and it was the scariest part of the entire movie. He was confessing to the lady, and his eyes he just did not blink, and it was the scare. He had his eyes like really wide open too, like he just couldn't blink.
It was so that movie was strange, but in a good way. I actually liked it.
It had a 5.9 on IMDb.
I think it at least deserved a 6, more than Sister Swap.
Yeah. What's it called? Alright. This was a 2019 movie. And the music duo Avery and Jesse haven't played together in years. When fate reunites them, the power of Christmas magic might just be able to draw them close again.
Oh my gosh.
Now, the movie overall it's
actually not that bad.
It just felt like a generic
Christmas movie. It wasn't the biggest deal, but it wasn't like
It wasn't using
terrible.
stereotypes. It wasn't doing anything. It was actually just a really nice, like, somber movie.
Christmas movie. Like
She
it
was
cool.
just, she just wanted to make sure her little thing that was going on in her town would
But
go
she
well.
still liked to sing. Also,
And
they
she
were-
liked to sing.
They were both good. Like they both
weren't
still liked each
garbage
other.
human beings that one liked Christmas and the other one hated Christmas. And
No,
they were all just, you know,
they were pretty chill.
chill. They just wanted to basically, he wanted to make music with her again. She didn't want to
She
go
wasn't
back
really
to that
interested
life.
in Christmas music. Actually, they did make Christmas music.
Yeah, they did.
She wasn't interested that much anymore because she just didn't want that kind of life. She never did. And so it was just basically conflict of interest. They didn't end on terrible terms, but
Yeah, and then in the
it was
ending,
pretty just nice.
they ended up, you know, befriending each other. Like I said, the confession is the worst part because, like, he was confessing to her, and his eyes, he just did not blink.
I did not pay attention to that part apparently, but yeah, that was apparently.
It wasn't that bad of a movie. Like, I'm gonna say, it's hard to describe this movie because, like I said, it just didn't use any stereotypes. It didn't do anything.
It was pretty okay. I'm gonna say that jingled some bells.
Yeah, it was not bad.
That definitely jingled. Some
It wasn't
bells.
that decked the halls or anything. It was just that it was a
It
pretty
didn't deck
good
the halls,
movie.
but it definitely.
I could
jingled
watch
some
it. And
bells.
I could watch
I
it.
could
again.
probably watch it again if I got to. So I would watch it again.
I would watch it again if it was on TV. Kind of like the boyfriend one. That
Boyfriend's
one.
a Christmas Past.
That one.
But I'm not seeking that movie out. So actually, I'm gonna move this like this. I'd rather watch this. But no, still, not many movies ever beat out a Boyfriend of Christmas Past. Ironically, which I didn't actually enjoy watching that movie that much, but it was still genuinely better than the other movies.
Anyway,
The
next movie.
is Mingle All the Way. I think we alluded to this a few times.
Alright, this movie was a 2018 movie.
Read
I
the
actually was
description.
watching all of these movies.
I
during
remember the
time.
commercial.
Now, a young enterpriser, enterpriser? Is that how it's saying?
I don't know.
Is trying to win over investors for a dating app she has developed.
It's not a
was
dating app.
Anyway, she to help bring investors for the expansion, she promises to take part in using it in the coming weeks before Christmas to find love and track her progress. First of all, this is conflicting. Because I was watching it, I was thinking it was a dating app the entire time, but then it turns out Mingle All the Way was only for mingling people. I don't know if that was just not, like, I don't know if I missed something, and they were saying it wasn't a dating app to him or something like that because he didn't want to date again. I don't remember. But when the two of them were acting really weird.
It's not a dating app. I watched the whole movie.
I watched it too,
It's
but
not a dating app. It
the-
was literally no.
the
description
trailer,
is wrong.
the trailer, the description all said
They're
it was
wrong
a
because
dating
in
app.
the actual movie, it's not a dating app. It's an app to get a date or a guest to events like company events where you need a +1. That's legitimately it. That's literally all it is for. And to those who found love and blah blah on there, it could because it could happen. But that's not the point of the whole thing. And that's why they both used it.
I know, and like, okay, the lady in here, she got really weird when he was like, "Oh, she's my girlfriend" to these dudes that were working at her.
She didn't want a relationship.
And she was like, "Don't call me your girlfriend." I'm like, "You guys are pretending."
It's weird. The whole movie was weird, and I actually did not like it at
But
all.
also
I found
the-
it was boring and actually painful to kind of watch.
Dude, we were getting like halfway through the movie, and
It
then
felt like an eternity.
and when we were like halfway through the movie, we were like, "We're almost done with this, right?" And they said 33 more minutes. Like, no,
How did we not?
that was terrible.
So, we're gonna put this in things I hate it.
Also, there was a part where they were taking pictures at like a party, and he was just like smiling and excited about the pictures that they were taking at the party, and she
And
just
was
like
not
so
to mention her mom,
confused.
man. Her mom. She's the type of mom like, oh, you didn't do what I want, so like you're less important. And it was like, oh, the sister's getting married. You're not, so you're not important, and stuff like that. And it was just really weird.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I know how, don't tell me how to raise my daughter or something like that to the main dude. And he was just like, bro,
You don't understand.
you don't
her.
know what the freak you're talking about. And it was like, why? Ma.
Like, this movie,
It was questionable.
I've seen the lady in other movies. I don't remember the movies that she was in. But, I've seen her in other movies. I didn't mind her. Their acting wasn't terrible in this movie. It was just that the writing for this movie was terrible.
Was bad. And also the description is misleading, because that's not what it is.
Oh, she was in the Christmas movie. That I was talking about, The Spirit of Christmas, which they called the Christmas Ghost, or whatever, the Ghost of Christmas.
Oh, wait, she was, that's why she probably looked familiar.
She was in there.
See, that was a movie I did like.
She was also in another movie I watched. I think it was that movie called Harvest Love.
Was that a fall movie?
I was watching.
Was it a fall movie?
Yeah.
Ah.
They randomly showed it, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure that was one of the movies where they had the guy who's a spoon.
These descriptions are very, very interesting to talk about.
What? Okay, he's a guy from, like, General Hospital or something like that. And the dude's a spoon. In every movie he's in. There's a Christmas movie I watched with him in there. And he's a spoon. He's such a spoon. He's just handsome. That's it. He's nothing.
He's a spoon, guys.
I can't take it seriously. Like, again, it was something. The girl was like researching like Christmas bulbs or something like that. And turns out
Bro, I watched that movie.
That movie, she ended up like finding out it was like the innkeeper or something like that in the place.
He made the Christmas ornament like topper thingies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the dude, he really was not in the movie that much. She's
He was in the movie. It was just the spoon.
He was a spoon. Bro.
What's it called? You know, I always say this thing that someone's a stick. And that means that they're like one branch of a tree that fell off. And their entire character is whatever is on that branch. If it's a leaf that didn't fall off, that's their entire character. They have a crack, that's their entire character. That's what that branch is, like stick is the entire character. Is
and
their
the spoon is what? Because it's not, it's like, it's shiny, so it's like
yes!
Your personality-less, but you're pretty.
You're
so.
generic, but you're pretty.
Yeah, there you go.
A
I
spoon.
guess that makes a lot of sense.
That's why I say he's a spoon. But and technically he's written like a stick. His entire personality is whatever his job is.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I'm pretty sure...
Wait, that does make sense for a spoon, because a spoon's whole personality would be the fact that it's a spoon. And you use it as a spoon.
Yes.
And it's his only job, like eating peas. You use a spoon instead of a fork. So, yeah, it's his whole job.
What's it called? No, but he was a spoon. I don't remember that movie, what it was called. But
either.
Every movie he's ever been in, he was a spoon.
He was indeed a spoon.
So, like this. She's in movies I've seen before, and she never really did a bad job. So their acting isn't... Like, his acting is much better in this movie than the Christmas movie. It's just that this movie's written like garbage.
I did not like it at all.
And, like, he does act kind of the same in this movie than he in the other one, except he's not an excitable creep sandwich. I see that you're gonna use that movie.
Saving the best for last.
Okay.
Next.
But yeah, that movie is bad. I will never watch Mingle all the way again, because it takes too dang long to get through.
I did not like it.
Alright, now... A Christmas for the Books, I think it's called.
I'm gonna save the trouble and just put this in meh.
Yes. Me.
I did not hate it, actually. But it was boring. It was boring.
It wasn't even a Christmas movie.
Not really. It's a movie, but it's a Hallmark movie mystery one, so, like, it had a different thing going on. And she was a lifestyle guru, which I have problem with people who consider themselves lifestyle gurus as a whole. Or relationship gurus, that's like a whole problem I have. But
I have the problem with the idea of it because people are stupid and they'll follow it like sheeps, and then they'll ruin other
that's the whole
people's
thing.
lives.
And also, it's not really that. That's not.
Also,
the
a lot of
point.
times people prey on that genre of books and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's
just
some kind of
so they can make money off of people they know are
also
gonna fall
tend to
for.
see a lot of like those people are in like MLMs. pyramid scheme type situations where they're like, I can help you with your lifestyle, but like it's a pyramid scheme, so. Or they work in pyramid schemes, or like they're a motivational speaker, which goes back into pyramid schemes. So yeah, that's a tendency. And like I said, my problem with like lifestyle gurus and relationship gurus, they act like they know so much when you don't, because everyone's lifestyle is different, and if you have not lived every single lifestyle, you're not
like
a
this.
lifestyle
When you give
guru.
people tips and stuff like that, some of these people act like they know everything, and then they're not in a relationship at all, or never been in a relationship. They've only observed other people's relationships.
Yeah, and they haven't been in every type of relationship. You're just like, this is what I deem the perfect relationship, but you act like it's the perfect relationship. It's not specifically perfect for you.
Yeah.
It is weird. That's why I'm like, I don't really like that. It doesn't make any sense.
This movie was a 2018 movie.
Yeah.
And lifestyle guru Joanna, I think it was Joanna, is a professed expert in all things romantic, except that she is single. She is offered the chance at a TV show and asked the producer to be her partner to keep up appearance, but their story begins to unravel.
Is that legitimately the whole description?
Yes.
Oh, well, okay, so she and this dude fake a relationship, like you said, and he's like, I don't like this. He's like, I don't like romance by the books and stuff like that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Relationships that should have room for you guys to, like, understand each other and stuff, aka the right way. And
he's smart.
Yeah, and then his girlfriend was like, you better follow the book or else. And then they broke up, so...
Yeah, and then
she comes back.
And because of her being the reason why their relationship is on the rocks, she felt bad and tried to help them. Turns out, it didn't, and they were starting to like each other, and so she was trying to push herself away from him. He ends up leaving. She ends up befriending the freaking ex-girlfriend, and then,
he comes back and they get together. It was a hoot, they had a hoot. I didn't have a hoot watching this movie.
It was boring.
It was boring. That's why it's just, man, like, you can like it or you're not. It's not that bad. To everyone watching this, you should just watch it yourself. Watch all of these movies. I don't think you can, if you can survive through 18. And you'll probably have a different opinion. Anyway, but yeah, it was meh.
It was meh. I actually like Chelsea Kane. So
I don't mind her, so I have nothing against her.
She's been in a lot of Disney stuff when I was a kid. She was like in the Jonas Brothers TV show. I liked her, but the issue with this is that they're written not that good. They weren't that good.
They weren't quite sticks, but they were like
It wasn't a Christmas movie. It was just revolved around Christmas time, but the whole plot line was about her getting a TV show that had nothing to do with Christmas. So, anyway, next movie.
I'm gonna save us the trouble.
She is saving us trouble. The final movie. Wait, put that down.
Why?
People will click off the video.
I can't.
I'm joking. Anyway, I'm joking.
I'm gonna save the trouble, but listen, okay?
The Most Wonderful Time of the Year is a 2008 movie. What's it called? It's about a hardworking single mother who falls for a stranger her father brings home for the father.
Bro, did that joke say father?
Yes. I'm pretty sure
that's her uncle.
Hold on, I'm looking at a different description. That is the description that they put on
Google. That's not her father.
Okay.
That's her uncle.
Her uncle brings home for the holidays. However, he is unimpressed with her attitude towards towards Christmas and is willing to walk away if she refuses to change. This is a completely different description.
Is this the same movie?
No, it's not the same movie. Can I find a better synopsis?
Yeah, because in technicality, she did not fall in love with him until late in the movie. And it was more like he was smitten with her first.
No, I would say
he looks like he liked her first. That's why I'm like in the ending.
I guess okay.
Not to mention failing that she was dating a whole guy, and her uncle brought the guy that she liked better back to them, even though they just met. He was a whole stranger, and it was hilarious. In the description,
here's a description someone put on IMDb.
Okay.
All right, here's the description. With the overwhelming task of going along with with Christmas, have taken the joy out of the holidays for a busy single mom, Jennifer. Her uncle Ralph arrives at her home with a young, handsome man named Morgan. Morgan's love for Christmas and life is contagious. As Jennifer glumly navigates through the holidays, she soon realizes what she needs is actually under her nose.
That's a way better description because no. First of all, I love this movie. I watch it every year. I haven't watched it just at the moment I'm talking about it, but I'm going to. But we've watched it so many times that we can just talk about it. I actually very much like this movie. The acting, the character, it was just a comedic Christmas movie in general. Mm-hmm. Even though the dude is a whole stranger and everything, that was funny.
Also, not to forget that he was putting out lights, and then she was in the bathroom.
Yeah, and he almost like fell, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you were looking," and he was like, "No, I'm putting up lights." And overall took some weirdest comedy approaches.
Not to forget that she almost got her stuff in garage stolen by that guy who's like, she's like, "Are you here to put up the lights?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then she just lets him in the garage, and then they see him from the window stealing, and then they have to deal with it.
Dude, it was just the fact that she didn't know what the fuck she was doing.
She didn't care.
Nor did she care.
All she cared about was putting up the light.
Yeah, and like her
neighbor was so freaking weird.
Her neighbor
she
was getting involved for no reason.
She just wanted her to
and
put
was
up
like,
the
"Oh,
light.
wait, you're letting a stranger stay with you? That's not your business, is it?
You're getting frozen turkey?"
That's not, okay, I do disagree with the frozen turkey situation, but like, it's not that big of a deal. It's like she was purposely judging her. It was very hilarious.
Yeah, because they didn't get along.
They never did.
They didn't get along. That's why they ended up always like butting heads because they didn't get along. And also, she was a traditionalist where she was like, you don't want to be the only house without lights on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I think the overall like
she waited that long to put the Christmas lights, and then you have to have someone to take them down.
Exactly.
That is so stupid.
I know she's supposed to be really busy, and that's the point.
Hire somebody. That's not gonna rob you.
We seen how that went.
If you do stuff early and you're not in a rush, you won't get screwed over.
Hire a handyman or something. They do it. But no, also the best part of the movie. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil too much because of the good movies. Everybody should watch them. She went when they went to get the bike that she wanted to get for her son. The dude wasn't there, and they did a whole shenanigans. And then they were gonna fight in the back alley. And the dude was like, "Oh, we're gonna fight," and he like bowed or something like that. And he's like, "What, dude? He's like, "Oh, why are you doing that?" And he's like, it's part of the thing, and it's part of what I was taught." And the dude was like, "Oh, I'll give you a bow." He did like a bad like curtsy type thing, and then
he hit him with a trash can.
He hit him in the freaking head with a trash can,
and he's like, "What? He's bigger than me."
Yes, he just left. They took the bike and they left. It was legitimately hilarious.
Goodness.
The overall movie was hilarious. The uncle was hilarious. The mom was hilarious. The kid was hilarious. And then Morgan, he was hilarious too.
Yes, it was a really good movie, especially like the way it starts. He's like conning them out of there because they're like that almost ran over his foot, or it did run over his foot at the cart for like luggage, ran over his foot or something like that, and so they conned the airport into getting the first class.
It was top. It was great. I love this movie.
That's the reason why he got there.
Why do you think it's in that decked the halls? He decked the halls.
Yes, it was great. I love that movie, and I'm going to watch it too.
I'm gonna watch it because it was great.
So yeah, this is our tier list. Actually, I'm going to remove. I feel like we should remove a Noel and move it up.
If you want to move it to that decked the halls, okay.
I think it wasn't that bad. I like that they weren't
either.
written like sticks and he wasn't a spoon.
It's maybe not as good as the rest of the three.
Yeah, I put it there. It's a movie I could rewatch.
Yes, I could definitely rewatch it. I actually think it was really good. I don't think I'm moving the placement of any of these other movies.
No.
Yeah, I physically cannot.
No, but I would move Christmas on the Wraps at the bottom. Or next to Christmas, or behind Christmas next. No, Christmas next door. You can put that in front of Christmas on the Wraps.
Where's Christmas Next Door? Is this Christmas Next Door? Oh, okay.
No, that's on the Wraps. You can put that there. Whatever. You can put that there.
Okay.
Or you can put that one back.
This?
No, you can put that in a second. Just put that at the bottom. Because it wasn't really a Christmas movie.
Oh, no, it wasn't, but it wasn't terrible either.
There you go.
This is our list. And no, we are picky. There's only 5 movies technically we were okay with. Like, we actually...
Because we chose bad movies.
Yeah, this year we chose terrible movies. Maybe we'll do better. Okay, maybe we'll do better.
Maybe.
But for the time being, this is how it is. Anyway. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks for watching or listening. I am going to leave now.
Yeah.
And this is our Christmas special.
So Merry Christmas.
And Happy Holidays. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Have a holly jolly year. End of the year.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. You know, it's the best
and
time of the year.
I'm wishing you the best beginning of next year, because we're
not
not
probably, yeah, you ain't serious until next year.
Yeah, we're not
We're terrible
uploading
people, I'm sorry.
until next year. But yeah, have a great holiday season.
Merry happy holidays.
And just have a great one.
Yeah, peace.
Bye.
Peace.